I'm going to introduce two crazy ketos. For decades, Joe and Rachel were morbidly obese, living sedentary lives and preparing for the seemingly inevitable time when Joe's limited mobility would finally require the permanent use of a wheelchair. But all that changed in 2017 when they discovered the keto lifestyle. Now known as the two crazy ketos, Joe and Rachel each lost more than 100 pounds and learned firsthand that a diagnosis like diabetes, arthritis, mental illness, digestive issues, and chronic pain doesn't have to be a life sentence. Now they've made it their mission to facilitate community and encourage others with lifelong weight struggles and discouraging medical concerns to take back their health and live life beyond the couch. Let's welcome Rachel and Keto.
Oh my goodness, I love the unapologetically keto shirt. I am unapologetically keto-palooza. We always feel so honored to be able to speak anywhere, the grocery store, if someone will stand long enough in an aisle with me. I love to talk about keto and I love to talk to people, but Keto-palooza has a special place in my heart. I am so thankful that Autumn has been so welcoming to us and we've just absolutely been adopted, thankfully, by her amazing family. Can we please give them a round of applause? The excellence that Autumn brings is just, you see it everywhere. Are you enjoying just sitting at a table and chair right now, right? It just facilitates you being able to take notes and really just be relaxed and enjoy yourself. Spread out. I want to have my drink out in front of me, right? It just makes things better. So all of these little details, it's just so precious and it's really unique to this Keto-palooza event. So raise your hand if you were here last year. Yay! I love that so much. Now last year I brought a bald gentleman with me. And he's not here as Autumn mentioned, but when I was about to leave, of course, I asked my family, what do you think? Like, do you feel kind of abandoned? Like, am I not being a good mom by leaving when we just don't know what is going to happen with this storm? And my youngest son, Caleb, said, you can go if you will go and be an encouragement. So that's what I'm hoping to be. So now, raise your hand if you're the new kid on the block. Please don't go, girl. I love it. So that, raise your hand one more time because I am rejoicing in my soul over this. So now, y'all have been tagged like cattle. So now we know you're new, and we're not. You're gonna have a little bit of stalkers, but it's not that. It's that we want to go out of our way to make sure that you know that you are so very welcome here. That we don't want to just put the welcome mat down for you. We want to chase you with a welcome mat, and we want to wrap it around your face. Okay? So I believe that I speak for all the speakers today when I say we're really glad you're here. I came here because I want to see you. I want to talk to you. Like, for everybody that's speaking today, you are not a bother, you're not a concern, like you're not catching me at a bad time. I eat all the time. How many can testify that they know that yes, they're in the back. Yes, I eat all the time. So if you see me doing anything, drinking coffee, like, please interrupt, because I don't get to visit with you face to face every day, right? So this is please don't steal my blessing and not visit with me while we're here, okay? Okay. So you can find us here if you haven't subscribed to our channel. We'd love it if you did, because we'd like to continue sharing with you. So we share recipes on our channel. We do product reviews. We show what we eat. We share how to make keto sustainable, whether you're at home, you're on vacation, you're at work, you're at a holiday party, so stay tuned, right, for holiday times. And we have usually 2 weekly live streams, barring any hurricane. So, disclaimer, I am not a doctor, I'm not a nurse, and I am not a health professional. But what I am is just an average woman who lost a whole bunch of weight, got well, and now I have maintained wellness on keto. That is who I am. And how many people know that really it's all about just a thirsty person telling a thirsty person where to find water? That's what we're doing. That's who we are. We are also two people who have experienced a mom look. How many people here have experienced a mom look? If you don't know what a mom look is, there's a little sampling of it. It's funny, my mom, we always watch the Cosby Show, and I'm telling you, Felicia Rashad was my mom's mom look. So if you're looking for what did I grow up with the closest, she could give you a look that would wrap around the church, come back around, and slap you in the back of the head. And it was just a look, right? But it was a come to Jesus look, really, truly. So this is my beautiful mother, 75 years hot, smoking hot, right? Yes, she lost weight, and she actually stopped the cycle of 50 plus years of yo-yo dieting. A lot of us have experienced yo-yo dieting, and we're really frustrated about that, but she had experienced more than 50 plus years of yo-yo dieting. So if you felt like you would bang your head against the wall and you'd only been doing it for 20 years, I want you to really enjoy some hope that there can be an end to that. And she's an example of it. She also reversed 20 plus years of type 2 diabetes, no longer a type 2 diabetic. And she was also able to clear out blockages within her heart that made surgery not necessary. And when I say surgery not necessary, I mean we were scheduled for the surgery, she was prepped for the surgery, she was wheeled back into the surgery to have several steps put into her heart. They wheeled her back in. I thought that maybe we hadn't signed something, and they said no surgery needed today. The blockages are gone. So when you have circumstances like that, you can't keep that to yourself, because maybe somebody else's mama could have the same situation, okay? What a delight, what a godsend she is. But bless her heart, she also had a mom look. She has a mom look. She can still make my 6'3" brother cry. Tears, right? Tears, all right? So now, and it was usually accompanied by a sentence that let us know she meant business. She had it. And I think that that's really something that we share in common no matter who our mama was. If your mama could evoke a mama look, she had a mama sentence that went with it. And so if you're in our Two Crazy Ketos family, you may actually recognize this post, because I posted to say, what was something that your mother often said growing up that you knew meant she was on her last nerve and you needed to behave? So I thought it was funny to post some of the things that y'all shared. And some people may be in the room and they'll see what their mom used to say. I didn't use last names in case y'all get in trouble. So go to your room. I'm about to have a nervous breakdown. Okay? So raise your hands if any of these resonate with you as we show them, okay? I like this one. I work my fingers to the bones for you kids, and ... That's when we just scatter and start cleaning up our messes. Like, don't let this young lady finish her sentence, right? Okay, there you go. Jamie said, I'm going to tell your daddy when you get home. Whoa, it looks like a Macy's Day Parade back there. Okay. I love this one from Donna Joe. Wipe that look off your face. So precious. Oh, well. Sometimes less is more, right? Like, oh well, all right. Don't make me stop this car. How many of y'all have said it yourself? Tell the truth. Yeah, I know, I have too. I like this one. Now, honey, because she's giving that last little bit of grace in a dollop of honey. Now, honey. Yeah, okay, Auntie's saying it to Susan. I like this one. Anytime she called me by my full name. I knew, I was so excited. I was like, oh man, Debbie's going this year. Okay, I love it. You're not alone. A lot of people said this. My middle name. That's it. She said, Sean, we're Sean. Okay. This is fantastic. When my mom broke out the middle name, you knew she meant business. She was also extremely accurate with tossing her shoe at me. Whenever I was acting too much a fool, that happened quite a bit more than you could imagine. Angel emoji, angel emoji. I love that, I love that. But I gotta tell you, I do have a favorite because this is mine. 1. If we have stopped using words and we have come over into numbers, as I said this morning to somebody, I'm gonna paint your barn door red. Like, if I have to get through these numbers. So my mom's line, if you wanted to know, is quit it now. Quit it, what was that? Quit it now. Quit it now. And she gave us, look at her with this dog. This dog, if I'm hanging off a cliff and this dog is hanging off a cliff, I'm gonna tell you she is gonna hesitate. She's gonna hesitate on who she says. Okay, that's Boaz. All right, so she would say, quit it, quit it, quit it, quit it. Like she'd give us plenty of time to like get our stuff together. But when we kids wouldn't stop clowning around, and I know that you find it very hard to believe that I'm willing to act a fool, we would get quit it now. That's when we knew she meant business. So today's presentation is going to be quit it now. All right? Quit it now. Now, it's not because, I don't want you to think that I'm fed up with you. I haven't had it with you. I'm not exhausted with you. Many people I meet for the first time, so you'd be like, my gracious, you're already done with me? I haven't even met you yet. Crazy? But I believe that there's someone here today that is fed up themselves. They're ready to say quit it now to them. Maybe they are ready to stop something they know they've been doing and they've just been saying quit it, quit it, quit it, but they need to hear quit it now today. Or there's something you need to start doing that you know you need to get to business on it and you still haven't plugged in. So we're going to quit it now. That's what we're going to do. Okay. So what is it that we can quit right now, before I'm done speaking, today and forever more? We can just get it done now because I'm a real big fan of what is possible in a 24-hour period of time. Why? Because that's where we live. So if I say to myself, I'd love to lose 20 pounds, well, I bet that I'm going to wake up tomorrow and I have not accomplished that, right? Not without chopping off a leg and maybe not even then, right? And we don't want to do that. So what can we do within this 24 hours? What can we quit right now? Number 1, you can stop giving your feelings a vote. All right, and this is a tough one, and I really, there's Bronson in the back, bless his heart, thank you. Quit it now, right? Stop giving your feelings a vote. Now, I hope y'all love me at the end of this talk, but I think it's important, for us to talk about this. So, questions I get all the time, and I'm gonna go ahead and say yes to it right now. Yes, you need to lead with meat when you eat. Yes, you need to ditch the sugar, rice, pasta, grains, and frankenfood. Yes, you need to honor your hunger and satiation cues. Yes, you need to stop propping up your day on caffeine, and everybody knows I love coffee, but y'all know the difference between a cup of coffee and it's like you're propping up your day. I've propped up my day on coffee before. It is time to ditch the seed oils. It is time to move your body. It is time to pursue better sleep, pursue stress management. No, it will, you're not going to have this overnight, but if you have not achieved it yet, don't sit down, keep running, right? What do they say? When you're going through hell, keep going, right? So keep pursuing it. Stay hydrated. Yes, you do need to do that. Yes, thank you, Salty, for helping us to accomplish it within this 24-hour day, right? Yes, you need to be consistent, and you need to do this daily. Feelings don't change the facts. All they do is undermine the follow-through, okay? Feelings are not going to help you achieve your goals. I don't feel like stopping drinking coffee every day. Everybody knows me, right? Somebody showed me a tattoo yesterday that was like the best tattoo I've ever seen, and it was like a water spot of a coffee cup, like that. But it was because, and that's me. I felt like it was always perched on me, right? I don't want to do it either. But here's the thing, when you're like, but I'm an adult and da-da-da-da. Well, you probably also had feelings about homework, about chores, and bedtimes when you were a kid, right? Your parents probably had rules. Did your feelings allow you to opt out of those things? Right? No, absolutely not. And I'm thankful that they didn't, right? Because y'all can be behaved in a room with people, right? As an adult. So I'm glad that they didn't let you opt out of rules. Okay, number 2, stop giving other people votes. They don't get a vote. So feelings don't get a vote and other people don't get a vote, all right? Here are the facts, because I know that this is your concern when you do allow someone to have a vote. So let's get this right out of the way. We love our family. We honor our heritage. We value our friends. We respect our doctors. We appreciate expert advice. I appreciate anybody who's done the time to get through school. My youngest son just graduated from college. He don't know it all, but he knows more than he did 4 years ago, and I'm really thankful that he took the time to learn something new, so I appreciate that. But here's the thing. We can't stay sick just because somebody else doesn't agree with the way we're getting well.
All right.
We just can't. I'm sorry. And I know some big time relationships are on the precipice here, but I want you to remember this. We are the ones that have to live with the pain and inflammation, not them. We're the ones who have to battle chronic illness and fatigue, fear medical tests, go through and recover from surgeries, suffer the side effects of medication, pay the medical bills, have our mobility threatened, suffer depression and anxiety, dread the future. That's what's going to happen if you give them a vote. If you allow someone to make you compromise, this is the outcome. This is what happens on the other side of giving them a vote. So when, not if, because it is going to happen, if you haven't had it happen before, brace yourself for impact. Someone is going to say they don't agree with what you're doing. Remember that you don't have to change what you're doing just because someone says they don't like what you're doing, right? Maybe before you could say, no, I'm keto and I don't eat bread, you've gone to a restaurant, well, somebody's bought breadsticks in the middle of that table, right? Just because someone put it on your table doesn't mean you've got to pick it up. Hello? Hello? You don't have to pick it up. You don't have to take it on. You don't. Okay, number 3. And this is a big one for me. I'm going to tell you, I may have a mom face, and I'm sorry if it looks crazy on her, but this is something that really upsets me, and that is we need to stop underappreciating success. Okay? Y'all can clap now. Yes. Because I see a room full of victorious people, but sometimes we forget just how victorious we are. Okay, so I asked the Two Crazy Kiddos family, as I always bring everything to them first, what is one over-the-counter medicine you no longer need to purchase thanks to starting keto? Now, I didn't talk about prescription. I didn't ask somebody to just open up the medicine cabinet. My mother is forever done with 18 prescription medicines. That'll change your packing for a trip, right? That'll change your daily life. I'm talking over the counter. Now, I got more than would fit on a slide, but I wanted to just share a smattering, and I want, if you see one, you don't even have to say, which one, because if it's like, stop going poop all the time, I don't want you to have to say, but see if there's one on here, raise your hand if there was something that used to be on your grocery list that is no longer on your grocery list. Okay, sometime in the next week, would you do me a favor and go to the grocery store and go down those medicine aisles that you don't go to anymore and just take your little calculator out on your phone and you add up how much every trip to the grocery store costs you less, and that's your ribeye bill for this week. Okay? That's exciting. Now, we have had the honor, the privilege of celebrating people's stories, because I'm going to tell you, it is truly an honor to be able to hold somebody's victory in your hand. If we'll print out, a lot of times someone will post something, we will print it out so we can hold it in our hand, the life change that's happened in somebody's life. And we don't keep it on the down low. We want to shout it out. We want to celebrate it every single week. We are more than 290 straight weeks of Keto Beyond the Couch. Never missed it. We don't plan on missing it this week either. More than 290, and it is all about sharing people's wins that they've had in their life. I'm not a doctor, not a nurse, not a health professional, but these are just some of the things that we have been told, not by a friend of a friend of a friend's cat's uncle, former roommate, okay, but people that we have seen face to face. Some people bring us their lab work. These are just some of the conditions that keto has spoken into. Raise your hand if you could say that's true for you. One of those things on that list. Do you not see success in this room? I mean, this is unbelievable. I want you to see too, that eating this way, we are being good citizens. We're not just being good for our family, we're being good citizens. According to the CDC, 90% of our nation's $4.1 trillion annual healthcare expenditures are for people with chronic and mental health conditions. Joe and I were part of that. We were part of that. Because of the way we eat, we were allowed to move ourselves out of that situation, not just for us, but for everybody else. I'm not so taxing to the healthcare system because I'm not there. I'm making room for somebody else that needs to be face to face with a doctor because I'm not in front of a doctor every month, sometimes multiple times in a month. If chronic diseases were eradicated, annual healthcare savings could approach $3.69 trillion, including costs for treatments, hospitalizations, medications, and ongoing medical management. I really want to say management because when you're still in that system, it's not reversal. It's not we no more have type 2 diabetes. It's managing the illness, right? Diseases like diabetes, heart disease, cancer, and arthritis. Now, when you combine that direct healthcare cost and indirect productivity losses, we are better employees for the people we work with. Because before, I was racking up lost work days, it was a reduced labor force, you had lower output due to disability and early death. The total potential savings from eradicating chronic illness could be in the range of $6 trillion annually. This is what we're moving forward. How much better can we, when you think to yourself, gosh, I wish I could help the world. I wish I could help the nation that I live in. You're doing that right now, one meal at a time. By changing their diet, many people have significantly reduced their medical expenses. And I can say that's absolutely a testimony for me after more than 20 years using mental illness medication. It was hundreds and hundreds of dollars. It really affected my family and what we could afford, and we went without a lot of things so that mommy could have her medicine. Because when it's mental illness medicine, that's not something that you're just going to pass on. I know that there's many times that Joe went without medicine so that I could have medicine, and I'm just thankful that neither one of us have to make that choice for each other anymore. We also don't have to live frustrated wondering what we humans are supposed to eat, right? Do you remember banging your head against the wall wondering, like, is it grape nuts? Am I supposed to drink prune juice? Like, I don't know. You know, you're talking to Great Aunt Mildred. Everybody's got, like, what is the key to better health? I'm making spinach smoothies. I'm like, clothespin on your nose because it's fantastic for you. We know now, we don't have that frustration. Whether or not we exercise, utilize that knowledge is another thing, but we at least know what we're supposed to be doing. So to recap, we aren't confused about what we should be eating. We've gained health, maybe even avoided some hospital stays and surgeries. We've gained mobility, we've saved money, we have less pain and inflammation, and our future outlook seems more optimistic. Still, we choose to say things like, I have only lost this many pounds. Wow. Are you kidding me right now? I better never hear the word only again, right? And here's where it's going to start. I better never hear the word only come out of my mouth. That's where it begins, my mouth. Rachel, don't you dare say only, because so much has happened. So much has happened. So we're going to quit it now about that. So, number 4, going to extremes. We're going to quit it now. This is a great place to quit this right now. And there are 2 extremes. There is the no discipline, so that's too extreme. And then there is the legalistic. There's the legalistic side, okay? So let's begin with the no discipline, all right? This young lady, I'm preaching to the choir, okay? So I had to exercise a lot of discipline because this was me before, absolutely. So what are some possible signs your keto journey could benefit from more discipline? And if I'm turning in your direction and you're like, why are you saying this when you're looking at me? No, I'm not. I'm not looking at you. You're looking at you. Because a lot of times we know something resonates with us because we're like, it's time. Okay, so this is a safe place and it's time to deal with some things. Okay, you need more discipline. If any excuse to take a break from your keto way of eating results in Carb Fest 2024. It's not a slice of birthday cake. It's a week of shenanigans, right? Or a month, or we will see you in 6 months. Oh my gosh, how have you been? I haven't seen you since Keto-palooza because I've been off the wagon since Keto-palooza last year, right? Your total carb count is in the triple digits, even though your net carb count is between 20 and 50. Okay, so I get that a lot, but my net carb, remember, this is one of the great, what is it that they say, the best trick the devil ever made was making people believe he didn't exist, right? So if I can make you, the best trick the food market industry ever made is net carbs. They found a way to snake in to a very clear-cut way of eating. The proper human diet is very simple, and they found a way to slither in the back door, okay? So I don't want you to get taken advantage of. It's not even the weight loss. It's not that. It's not the frustration I want to save you. I don't want those boogers to win. I just don't. I don't, okay? If you eat more side dishes than meat at mealtime, I'm guilty of that. My mom had to stop not plating her salad or vegetables until after she ate her meat, because I'm sorry, at 75 years old, we've been eating, she had a salad first and she just used to eating that way, and then there was no room to finish her meat. So she said, I'm not even plating my meat until I'm not plating my side dishes until I eat my meat. Okay, if you snack a lot, even though the food is keto friendly, it's time to rein things in. If you're not tracking extras like sauces and dressings, and I love sauces and dressings. I love how you can take some ground beef and you can meal prep 5 or 10 pounds and then put it into separate containers and then change it. One night that hamburger is wearing an Olay Mexican, and then the next night, it's Italian, that hamburger, and it was the same cow, and it doesn't even know that, it's all kinds of things. But sometimes we measure our meat on a scale and our sauces with a ladle. So we need to maybe rein it in. If the suggestion of eliminating something for a period of time sends you off on a tangent about how restrictions aren't good for your personality, here's your sign. Right? Can you imagine telling your mom that you're not the kind of person who responds well to restrictions, like curfews? How would that go over? How do you think that would go over, right? So at some point in your life, you are telling me a story if you say you're not the type of person that could live through a season of restrictions, because I see all adults in this room, so clearly you survived it. Okay, now let's go to the other side. What are some possible signs that your keto journey has drifted into legalistic territory? And I want to tell you, this is just as dangerous as the other side. It's just as dangerous. And honestly, I've seen it end up people in the same place. They put themselves so far into legalistic territory that when they couldn't even stand it anymore, they fell off the wagon, just like the person who drifted into it by not having restrictions, okay? So, how do we know that we're drifting into legalism? Here's the first one. Instead of a rainbow, you see a hierarchy. Hello? If we want to change public policy, if we want to change the laws in this country, we are going to have to band together. We are going to have to stay a union. If you want things changed, then we are not going to be able to do it without yellow. We are not going to be able to do it without purple. We are not going to be able to do it without red. So stop us, let's not allow this to divide us and conquer us. I don't want that. I want us to change the world. So we got to stick together. I believe it. So, if another way that you know for yourself personally that you are drifting into legalism, if you're finding it harder to leave your house because you can't control all the variables. Now, I am so thankful that y'all are here. Here, you know it's safe. Here, you know that when Autumn in total excellence put out a buffet yesterday, when she serves us breakfast tomorrow, I'm footloose and fancy free. It is, these Doc Martens are made for dancing, right? So, because I know it's safe and we have community around this food, but I don't want you not to go out of your house and visit with people and have friendships until next Keto Palooza. So if there is something that you're having trouble with, can we talk today? Because we can work through that. Let's brainstorm together how, if you're having trouble with not being able to control all the variables, that we can brainstorm how we can move forward from that. Okay, here's a biggie. Let's brace ourselves, all right? When you fall short of the standard you have set for yourself, your personal disappointment leads you to any one or all of the above of these things. You punish yourself with an extended fast. Do you slash your calories in response to it? You eliminate keto-friendly food you enjoy because you don't deserve to eat things you enjoy right now. And I know, and do not come to me and not tell me the motivation for your fast, for the reason why you're eliminating something, for the reason why you are changing your calorie intake, because I want to make sure that you are not punishing yourself, but using health jargon. Health jargon. And I am guilty of this too, so I'm not telling you something that I've not had to challenge myself with. Am I saying I'm doing away with cheese this month because I really doing a scientific effort to see if dairy influences me in a certain way? Or am I just doing it because I'm not satisfied with how my pants sit this morning and I'm a rotten person that doesn't deserve a cheese cube? What is the motivation? The motivation matters, okay? Do you cancel future plans because you can't be trusted in social settings or vacations? If you're canceling a vacation because you're not sure you can be trusted for what? Enjoy your spouse? Trusted for what? Spend time with your family? Trusted for what? Celebrate a time after working so hard and doing so much? Please don't cancel your plans. For me, you could just be going through the ticket thing, going Rachel said I have to go on this for her. Do it. Have the celebration. Go on the vacation. Don't deprive yourself of that because you think you can't be trusted. You can. You're trustworthy. Also, you spend a lot of time and energy thinking about how far this mistake has set you back. Does it matter? Is there something you can do? If it's a day or it's a week or it's a month, like, here's the thing, my finish line is my last breath. Every moment up to that is still room for improvement. So if you get to yourself and you're just like, here's my goal, I want to be able to bench press this much, I want to weigh this much, I want to wear this, and you achieve that day, are you interested in dropping dead? Like after that, like cross the finish line, no. So you haven't crossed the finish line of life, right? So let's keep going. Let's major in the majors and minor in the minors, right? So even if you're not where you want to be, remember that you're not where you used to be. How many people with a clap of hands can celebrate, I am not where I used to be? Right? You changed your distinction this morning just by maybe you're like, I've never been to a keto conference, I've never shown up, I'm not sure if this is going to be, a time of friendship and celebration like Rachel and Joe promised, or I just joined a cult. And I tell you what, if they hand out tracksuits in the gift bag, I'm out of here. I'm out of here, okay? So this is a major step forward. You've done something new. You're not where you used to be, right? So my final thought is, and this is really important, and that is stop comparing yourself to others. This is so cute because she's in jail. What was your mom's response to a statement like, Beth Smith's mom didn't make her do chores? I'm not Beth Smith's mom. I'm not Beth Smith's mom. Why, though, did I get the mom look when I tried to manipulate my mom with comparison? Why did that upset her so badly? Why did that hurt her? I really didn't know until I was a mom myself and that statement got lobbed my way. And I have 3 boys, and I promise you, it sounded just like Rachel. I called my mom immediately, as you do. You probably called your parents over the years to say, I am sorry, I get it. Like, I understand it now. So that was a moment where I apologized to my mom for doing that to her, because now I understood I was insulting her uniqueness. Of course, my mom was different than all the other moms. That's what made her my mom, the best mom in the whole world, according to her t-shirt. I mean, they're selling those a lot. Like, I don't know that they're checking that. They're handing it out, right? But there I was, entertaining a negative thought that disrespected her personal significance. And I really want you to hear that again. When you compare, that is a negative thought that disrespects personal significance. That's, wow. I really want you to get into your spirit that comparing ourselves to others is not a benign exercise. We shrug our shoulders and we say everybody does it, and well, I just can't help myself. Well, then if that's right now, you're in a thing where you're like, I can't help myself. There was a time when I couldn't help myself, I have to eat cake. I can't help myself, I have to do this. I can't help myself, I have to stay in bed. And I had to fight my way back to the stage. Every time I take the stage, it's victory. This is such a unique victory because I don't even have my ball guy right here, okay? But I want to tell you, there were decades when I could not leave my home. I could not speak to somebody one-on-one, right? And I used to say, well, when you compare yourself, that's just a toxic habit that we have. It's not benign. It's a cancerous, vile thing. It blinds us to personal success. It's what makes us not notice the things that are important. It robs us of the joy in this present 24 hours. If you look in the mirror and you think, okay, magazines are terrible about this. They'll actually put a magazine article that says who wore this outfit best. I feel like we need to write into the editors and say that's like disgusting, because if you think that like a movie star is not dealing with that same like, you know, crushing worry that they're still gonna remain relevant and if they're beautiful enough and not by like had enough surgery and all this stuff, like we're mistaken, right? So when we look in the mirror and we say, well, this is what it looked like on the model and this, and I'm comparing myself to like what it looks like on me, now I go to work not enjoying my day. My kids say, hey, have a good day, Mom, like give me a hug, and I'm not present. I'm not in that hug. I'm missing out on things in this 24-hour period of time because of that. And then it also disrespects the precious and unique story that it has taken a lifetime for each of us to write. It's taken you a lifetime to pin where you're sitting right now in that seat. You've been through ups, you've been through downs, you have traversed circumstances. There's things that you've gone through that you didn't think you'd get on the other side of, and praise the Lord, you're here. You made it through somehow, some way. Please don't disrespect that. Please don't appreciate to the full that has happened. So I think this is kind of funny. All right, here we go. Here are some ladies that I share the stage with today. Okay? Give them a clap. Amazing. I am here to hear these ladies speak. So here's some of the ladies that's sharing this stage. They will be here where I, was here before. Okay, so this is them. And then here's a toddler feeding a grandma blueberries. Okay? Here is a question that every single person, like maybe you ask yourself when you're comparing, but I want to compare myself publicly to you. Because there's a notice, okay? There's a difference that you can see. I can stand next to Natalie and you're gonna be like, Rachel, I love you, but you are not Natalie. You do not look like Natalie, okay? Why? Why don't I look more like these brilliant, gorgeous ladies? Why? Why? Because I'm this lady. This is it. I'm this lady. And here's news that I don't think that we stop to read, okay? Because we see the headlines, Rachel looks different, okay? Here's the main story. This lady here doesn't need me to be anybody else. She doesn't, right? She doesn't notice, she doesn't pick up, let's see a picture of that. Now show me a picture of Autumn. Like, room for improvement, Oma. No, she doesn't do that, right? So, she doesn't need me to be anybody else. I need to be in agreement with that and quit disrespecting my personal significance with comparison. That's just it. Because really, we're disrespecting our mamas that are so precious. We say, world's greatest mama, and then we be mean to her baby. We have these grandkids, like God help you if I corner you with pictures of Peyton, like you're never getting away. You'll be like, please, I have to claw myself out. I missed my checkout, right? Because I want to show you all this. But if I compare myself, then I am saying, Peyton, like you've got a less than Oma. I'm disrespecting her by comparing herself. I'm disrespecting my husband who chose me to be his partner in life. I'm disrespecting people, least of which is myself. So I need to get on the same page with the friends and the people who love me. And maybe you do too. Maybe it's time for you to do that also. I'm not alone in this. So here's what I know. If you're ready to quit doing something that I have talked about during this presentation, you're in the right place. This is the right place to do it. There's not a place that I would tell you, there's some places that aren't safe. This is a safe place. You've come to the right place to quit doing something today, okay? You are surrounded by friendly, loving people who support you and they're cheering for you. They don't need to do keto the same way you do keto, but they're gonna cheer you and they're gonna support you. I know that because I've received that encouragement. I've seen it, and I've seen people give encouragement to one another. So I've seen love in action within this keto community, okay? And then you also have two people that you can count on forever. Always gonna be cheering for you. So thank you for sharing your time with me. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, please do so. And